Hello, all of you guys. But it's nice to meet you all, and as part of the advice that I would give you, is I was in your shoes not so long ago, 2 years ago, when I was in Copenhagen, coming through the academy. And it was a tough period because obviously you're watching the first team and you want to be in those players' shoes. I think definitely coming from New Zealand, it was really hard to make the first step into European football. I think you guys are lucky enough to be born, or some of you maybe not, in Europe, and have the good connections with clubs like Zvezda, and can play in a club like this at your age. But for me, it was biggest obstacle was coming away from my family, not having many friends when I first came, and being in a culture and an environment where it's very different from home. You'll experience that when you one day leave Zvezda or stay here for a long time and maybe move on. You'll notice that there are a lot of different personalities that you have to adapt to, a lot of different people, different languages, and all of these obstacles is something that you need to learn as the years come by. When I got up to the first team to start training with them, the tempo was a lot faster. People were a lot quicker with the decision making, with the actions of passing. They were a lot smarter, and I think the best way for me that I adapted to that was just making decisions faster, because in the end of the day, this is what you're going to need to get to the highest stage. And when you train with the first team, if you want to stay training with the first team, then you have to play a lot faster. And you guys are probably destroying your under-19 league and under-17s, and you have to keep pushing yourself. I don't want to say how coaches should be, but I like the way that he operates in the trainings and the games, and how he communicates with us as well outside of the field. I think it's important that we have a good relationship, a good professional relationship, and I think he's got that sorted out. It was basically you put on a t-shirt and you kick the ball. So I didn't actually play a lot of football, no at all anything at 3, but I think that was the age where I continuously just played football and kicked the ball. So that's when I started. But when it got serious was probably around, I would say 10 years old, when it got really serious for me, and that I decided that I really wanted to try to do something with football and train every day, and instead of just doing it once a week. And then I think it was around 16 years old where I started to play for quite a good team in New Zealand, and played in the World Cup 1 year after that. And that's when the doors opened for a possibility to come to Europe. And from then on, that's where I started. Yeah, I don't think we're looking too much into results, but that we want to get a good result out of the Champions League, in terms of that we want to show the fans how we can perform on the world stage. We know we can get a good result against good teams. We've shown that in the pre-season. I don't think there's a specific first, second, third place that we want to tell people and get people's hopes up, but we are definitely going for the best possible place for that. And I think we definitely want to continue playing in Europe after the new year. I mean, I think for me, I get along most with Omri, the Glazer, because we are both in the same boat. We both came at the same time. We a similar humour. We both have annoying girlfriends. No, I'm joking. But yeah, we like to hang out all together, and but I think I get along with most of the boys. I think Serbians and New Zealanders a similar culture in terms of warm people. They like to speak a lot, they like to go out a lot, and they like to socialize. So I think that was a nice surprise when I first came. I think Stefan Mitrovic, he took care of me a lot when I first came. Also very good English, and me and for example, complete opposites. Mijatovic, he can't speak English, but I get along with him very well, and so I think it's really cool how we can't speak the same language, but we get along really well, and I get his humour and he gets my humour. So I think there's a nice bond in the group with everyone.
So we can stay here for make a group photo. Možete da dođete I da napravite jednu.
Find yourself and your personality, because that's what people will respect you for when you grow up. And I'm still learning with that. I definitely haven't got there yet, and I'm still young. And but those are the sort of things that I think I learnt along the way that I could give you as an advice for if you do make that move. Yeah.